and Karthik Tyagi spending some time at the Titans. Former Knight Rider. Simon Katic is part of the team that drafted him. Sai Sudarshan joins the party. The Titans openers are on the charge.
Well, now Sudarshan gets into the act, and that's what makes these two so difficult to bowl to with the left-right combo. Anikul Roy trying to tuck him up into that leg side and try and clip a pad, bowl defensively, take his hands out of play, but Sudarshan's too good for that. Uses the line of the ball, just picks it up over fine leg for 6. He's all class as well. Yes, I was part of the think tank when we got Shubman Gill in the 2018 auction from memory, straight out of the Indian under-19s. And as far as I was concerned, he was always a franchise player.
It was 4 years and counting. How about that? Top class shot, partnership building, 20 from the over, 40 without loss.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो सुबह केसरी।
मासी जी कैसा लग रहा है शाहरुख खान, सलमान खान, ऋतिक रोशन और अक्षय कुमार के बाद विक्की जैन के बगल में खड़ा होकर?
गोविंदा का नाम ले फिर बाद में बात कर।
ऑल गर्ल्स स्कूल में लड़का
I'm done with all of this. What Section F का only boy लगातार का on Jio Hotstar. Experience the best of Hollywood. Awesome.
Teens in 3. And Rahane turns to Sunil Narayan.
I think it's exactly why GT will be up at the pointy end of this tournament, because I think they've got a very, very sound game plan. It's slightly different to the modern game at times. These two don't always go all guns blazing, but they've got the capacity to do what they're doing right now with pure cricketing strokes. They've got that much class, followed up by the experience of Butler. If they get their middle order firing as well, they're going to be a very dangerous team.
Yeah, another high-profile stars on display tonight. It's also the two best spinners in the history of the IPL, arguably. Rashid one end, Narayan the other. Tough night for Rashid Khan with Cameron Green taking him down. How does Sunil Narayan go? Oh, it took a valiant effort from Ramandeep, but that was hit well into space. Sai Sudarshan will take down Narayan as well.
Well, the thing that stands out here is the placement. And he was trying to hit it for 4. Gets the length he's looking for from Narayan. Climbs all over it and then puts it right in the hole. Great effort from Ramandeep.
I like this approach from Sai Sudarshan. He's not coming himself too early on that front foot. Sunil Narayan very rarely offers you a half volley, so don't go searching for that. Look for anything fractionally short, as we saw in that third delivery of the over. Sai was quick to pounce on it. Pressure on Narayan.
Doesn't bowl often in the power play. Such is his consistency, though. He scores with that economy of around 6 and 7. In spite of the boundary, just 5 of Narayan's first. The Titans are 45 without loss.
60 सालों में मैंने देश को बनते देखा है। 60 साल कामयाबी के, 60 साल कमला पसंद के। कमला पसंद, अनोखा स्वाद। प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच सिर्फ एक, लेकिन जियो हॉटस्टार पे T20 लीग देखते हुए हर कोई बन सकता है विनर ऑफ द मैच। जीतो धन धनाधन। मैच देखते हुए जीतो टैब पर जाओ, नए कॉन्टेस्ट खेलो, आसान सवालों के जवाब दो और जीतो धमाकेदार इनाम जैसे मोबाइल फोन और वाउचर्स। जीतो धन धनाधन।
That's good over from Sunil Narayan. With the 3 overs of carnage from these two. Can Weber follow it up? First time he's gone for the big shot and missed is Shubman Gill. Josh Butler's in next. And it's a good time actually to ask the new AI mode in Google search, how do next up batters in T20 dugouts prepare themselves? A blend of tactical data analysis, mental and physical activation, read the conditions, identify bowlers, focus on their routine and get yourself into AI mode and ask follow-up questions. Tremendous. Along the ground or the lofted shot, he plays it just as well. 50 comes up for the Gujarat Titans.
We're seeing the best of Shubman Gill tonight. What a shot this is, just back in the pocket. All he does is just release through. Just traditional in his play. Well, it might be in the air, it is all controlled down the ground. The complementary nature of both of these two. The boys touched on it in the last stint.
And both fielders in the deep on the leg side. We're still inside the power play. Right, how are we looking? What you love the most? I think the last few overs might have tilted balance of the answers. Shubman's silky strokes, Phillips' dazzling fielding, Rashid's spin wizardry. We love the Kiwis in this country. Gary Martin, 51% for Phillips. I think the spinners, poor spinners, never get the credit they deserve. 19% for Rashid.
They do it with ease, one thing is for sure. The simplicity of their batting is on show most of the times. Every time they put on a show, it's not about brutal hitting. It's touch, it's deft, and it's classical.
Oh, Tyagi. Did he initiate the dive a bit too late?
I don't think he realized the pace at which it was coming because he looked at it, he had a look at it. Sometimes it's difficult with these low lights to figure out the speed at which it's coming. Cross seam, dug into the surface, maybe misdirected, got a bit of glove. That's what slowed things down, and then suddenly he realized the ball wasn't coming to him and had to initiate the dive.
That'll go for 4 as well. Gill off to a flyer. He's 34 of 15 and the Titans are 57 without loss.
Water overflowing. What could it be? Experience the best of Hollywood.
Now is the time.
Best of shots from the bat of Gill. Narayan, last over of the power play. And here is KKR's opportunity. This time, Yagi makes no mistake. Sunil Narayan with a much needed breakthrough as the opening stand is broken.
They keep that square leg fielder up. Said try and get up and underneath it. It's been a motor dismissal so far in this tournament. Getting low and underneath the shot, hit the edge of the bat. They say I was slightly unlucky for that. It was a plan from KKR. It's been so good against spin all season long. Out for 22. Good start of this partnership, 57 for 1.
60 सालों में मैंने देश को बनते देखा है। 60 साल कामयाबी के, 60 साल कमला पसंद के। कमला पसंद, अनोखा स्वाद। Kappa Energy, unstoppable puncher. हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुमा केसरी।
अब रैपिडो पे फर्स्ट राइड फ्री। पहली राइड फ्री वाली राइड रैपिडो।
Back-to-back half centuries and runs in every game this season. His own admission, now feels like he's seeing it well. It's going to be a challenging start though. First up against Sunil Narayan. He looked good even in the first two games. Took a little bit of time to just find his fluency in Chandigarh. Slip in place, still 5 balls of the power play. Just evidence of the kind of form Josh Buttler's in, the kind of confidence he carries. Starts off with the boundary first ball.
Yeah, he's spoken about watching the ball. That is something which he had missed during the World Cup and the lead up. Took some time away. Spoken about the impact Matthew Hayden has had on him. He's definitely watching it well. If he can hit Sunil Narayan, the very first ball, that took inside out.
He's done a lot of work in terms of some slight adjustments throughout this tournament, being in a lot better positions, especially against spin. It's always challenging as an opener when you're used to that, and coming in at 3, situation dictates you have to sometimes face a lot of spin early on.
Stands and delivers, deposits it over the boundary. He's world class. That is a world class shot.
Yeah, one of the most dangerous players. You look at his numbers and why he has been so good. It's just clean, pure hitting. Precise, decisive movements there against Sunil Narayan are always the key.
I think that's one thing we've seen teams do to him this year is bowl a lot fuller from a spin perspective. Just watch that. Even going back to that delivery, got nicely behind it.
Well, it's going for you now, Josh. Might as well. Green got the better of Rashid. Butlers began well against Narayan. 71 in the power play. Titans 71 for 1.
Looks so much about watching the ball and getting into good positions. His feet didn't move 1 inch then. Take a quick time out.
Yeah, it's been a flying start for the Titans. KK the Seat Tyres strategic timeout.
Water overflowing, what could it be?
वेंकी अपग्रेड मांग रहा है क्या?
क्रिकेट तो बहुत खेल लिया, थोड़ा
थोड़ा हॉकी हो जाए
बॉयज हॉकी तो हो गया, अब कुछ और हो जाए.
किंगफिशर हो जाए द किंग ऑफ गुड टाइम्स
Such efficiency. Gill striking at nearly 227. These two have accounted for so much of the Titans' success and high percentage of their team runs. Gill against pace and spin. Sai Sudarshan, one good option against Narayan, then another. Just took a liking to the experienced pace lineup the Knight Riders possess. But Narayan, they brought in early and provided the breakthrough. Well, Butler, that is fluent best now, especially when you start like that against Sunil Narayan. Anupul Roy took some tap. Narayan's been pretty good, in spite of an expensive 14-run over to close out the power play. They'll take that, GT. Once again, the seamers doing the bulk of the damage. Now, only Cameron Green really stands out. Rothman Powell with a little partnership with him, rebuilt after the early wickets were taken by Rabada and Siraj. Knight Riders finishing 180, bowled out of the last ball of their innings. The Titans in response looking good to chase another 110. Right, that is the end of the Seat Tyres strategic timeout. Tactical calls need to be made. And the KKR dugout is ensured now is the time for Varun Chakravarti. So he is the impact sub in, and Ankush Raghuvanshi's job for the day is done. Won't be into the attack straight away. That'll be Anukul Roy. He has the comfort of fielders on the boundary now. Gill's got the helmet off.
One thing talking to Matthew Hayden before the game is he just loves the situational awareness of his batters. While they've got their own style and the way that they go about it, they understand the situation. So we're going to take the power play down, which they've done, get that required run rate further down. And then it's just around manipulating through the middle. Just looking at, I guess, some changes throughout this tournament that Jos Buttler's done. Searching for dominance out of his right eye. He's so known for having that crouch in his stance against spin. Now he's a lot taller and getting into far better positions. His eye level's better, and he's actually watching the ball a lot better.
He's putting on a clinic. He's Shubman Gill. It's outside the power play, but he has no problem in finding the gap.
And also Anukul, for the second time in his spell, making the mistake of giving him a ball which he exactly wants. He's played a shot like this before, likes accessing the offside. Once again, you've been given a delivery to play that inside-out shot. Too easy for Shubman Gill at the moment.
40-20 hundreds for him at this ground. Loves batting here. He's got hundreds in all formats at this ground.
Yeah, just finishing off there, Hawk. He felt like he was searching with his dominant right eye towards the ball, rather than just being able to react. And so he's got a lot taller in his stance to be able to get his hands in better position, a little bit higher. But even you just watch his eye position there. He's watching the ball a lot closer as well. Remember, he's so known for having such a low stance to the spinner. So that's his change he's made throughout this tournament so far. He struggled From a strike rate perspective against spin, you see that through this year, 124, especially in T20 internationals, but he's made the improvement over the last couple of games. So it's identification of little things throughout a tournament to be able to make those improvements.
Width again. Gill cashes in again. It's an expensive over from Roy. 83.
60 सालों में मैंने देश को बनते देखा है। 60 साल कामयाबी के, 60 साल कमला पसंद के। कमला पसंद, अनोखा स्वाद।
प्लेयर ऑफ द मैच सिर्फ एक, लेकिन जियो हॉटस्टार पे T20 लीग देखते हुए हर कोई बन सकता है विनर ऑफ द मैच। जीतो धन धनाधन। मैच देखते हुए जीतो टैब पर जाओ, नए कॉन्टेस्ट खेलो, आसान सवालों के जवाब दो और जीतो धमाकेदार इनाम जैसे मोबाइल फोन और वाउचर्स। जीतो धन धनाधन।
Started bowling a little bit better. See. Welcome to the park, Varun. Out of the park from Butler. Wow.
Just the lengths have been too full to Butler. You want to be able to get an opportunity to use that surface inside the bat. Talked about eye position on it. There it is, right there.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. And Karthik, you've spoken of just working with Matthew Hayden, listening to him on his own podcast. He just said, spent some time away from the game. Just realized, he watched old videos. He didn't look like movement. He says, often when you're talking about hands, feet, head, so he just found himself in a position where the trigger movement was so towards mid-off that he couldn't sight the ball, and he is dominant right eye, like you point out. So then he went searching for the ball, and everything was happening too quickly for him. These are Joss Butler's own words. Therefore, he worked with Vikram Solanki, worked with a half bat, tried to get his contact points under pressure. He sees it better. And Haydos was the one in the nets who, actually, while watching him practice, this is again Butler's own words, said, Joss, I don't think you're tracking the ball well. Suddenly it all just came together for him when he watched old visuals.
Clean. How clean is that? Once again, precise. The hand goes off. But he's made impact. And it's only after that that the hand goes off. One of the key things which Haydos always talks about when he's on commentary is precisely that. He says the simplest thing to ask a batter when he's out of form is this: are you watching the ball? Because as a batter, sometimes you're thinking of so many other things, your hands, your feet, where your head is, rather than tracking the ball.
The other thing with that is he's creating a bit more space. His front foot's going a little bit more outside the line, so instead of searching, you sort of tend to go with your feet as well.
Yeah. Therefore, he said he wants to be in a position where he senses he can sight the ball best. He looked at old visuals when he was in form and tried to replicate that. He's striking really well tonight at 218 as we look at the Sierra super striker of the match. Shubman's on top, 225. In fact, when he told his wife that this is what he's done and found his form again, she said, that's it, you've been playing decades, you're 35 years old, all you need to do was see the ball.
Yeah, that's the smallest thing. Sometimes the minutest things are the ones which are so crucial in regaining your form. You start moving better too. 93 for 1 after 8.
Water overflowing. What could it be? हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुमा केसरी। मासी जी, कैसा लग रहा है शाहरुख खान, सलमान खान, ऋतिक रोशन और अक्षय कुमार के बाद विक्की जैन के बगल में खड़ा होकर? गोविंदा का नाम ले, फिर बाद में बात करो।
To be bowled out for 180. Right now, Titans in the chase. 93 for 1. They've got 12 overs remaining. All they need is 88 with Shubman Gill firing on all cylinders. And he's been batting like that. This one went to hand, and he's absolutely livid with himself. And we have Tim